welcome back to the London Aquatics Centre for Aquatics GB Championships. We're not only crowning British champions here poolside, but we're also finding out who is going to secure their spot on that plane to Singapore for the World Championships. It's all going on and there is a lot on the line. Later tonight we've got the A finals, the junior finals and also the para finals. But right now, coming up, we've got the B finals. So let's show you what you have to look forward to. Here we go then. The women's 50-metre backstroke comes up first. We've then got the women's 200-metre breaststroke, the men's 100-metre backstroke, followed by the women's 50-metre freestyle, then the women's 50-metre freestyle para, and then we're rounding off the B finals with the men's 100-metre freestyle. And then later, from 6:45, we'll be building up for 15 minutes ahead of those hotly anticipated A finals, junior finals, and para finals. So right now, I will hand you over to our commentary team of Andy Jameson and Dan Jervis.
Thank you, Betty. It is night 3. It's going to be a cracker. Really can't wait for this. And you summed it up beautifully there. You really did. It's just lifetime best after lifetime best all the way through the heat sessions. And then, well, the finals have been really well attended. All sorts of teams. And I think I've seen the team from London College come up here from down on the south coast. Karen Pickering's coach down there, and then there's loads of mums and dads, loads of swim clubs here. It's great to see, and the atmosphere fantastic. And Aquatics GB really are putting on a fantastic show. There we go. Look at this. Wonderful stuff. The champions of the future, all here watching night 3 finals at the 2025 Aquatics GB Swimming Championships. And the first race up will be that women's 50 metres backstroke, the B final. In the A final, we've got the British record holder, we've got the Olympic gold medalist from Tokyo, Kathleen Dawson, who led off that wonderful mixed 4x100 medley relay that broke the world record. Also in that race is the bronze medalist in the World Championships. So here we go. This is the B final of the women's 50 metres backstroke. In lane number 1 is Natasha Whittle of Stockport Metro, Charlie Joyce of Bath in 2, Mia Collier, Birmingham in 3, Magliocco of Camden Swiss Cottage in 4, Caitlin Ebbage of Stirling in 5, Bromley's Imogen Mears in 6, Molly Garrett goes in 7 for City of Manchester, 3rd in the B final in the 100 metres backstroke. And Marie Wood of University of Aberdeen completes the lineup. It's 50 backstroke. It's going to be fast. They're allowed full 15 metres underwater. And Dan Jervis again, double Olympian, Olympic finalist in the 1500 metres freestyle, joins me. Looking forward to this 50 backstroke and particularly how close they come up to that 15-metre mark. Feet just on that ledge. You can just see the tapes, the 2 black tapes coming down either side of the block, and then they put the feet on there to make sure they don't slip as soon as the gun goes. It's the B final of the women's 50 metres backstroke at this 2025 Aquatics GB Championships. Right in the centre, Magliocco of Camden Swiss Cottage. Really good start though in lane number 5. It's Caitlin Ebbage of University of Stirling, and this is a very good swim from her at the moment. These two in the centre in 4 and 5, Magliocco and Ebbage looking very good. It looks like these two are going to take it down to this last 10 metres or so. Let's see who can get the touch. They're underneath the backstroke flags, 5 metres to go. Big dive. Who gets the touch? So close. My goodness me. And there's a 3-way tie for 3rd. The gold has gone to Caitlin Ebbage of Stirling. She won it in 29.29. 2nd in the end, quite a way back, slightly surprised. 29.52 is Magliocco, and then a 3-way tie for bronze for the 3rd position in that B final. I don't think I've seen that in a long time. It was Natasha Whittle, Mia Collier, and Molly Garrett. Wow.
Yeah, we don't often see a 3-way tie there. You know, it was a great start and a great full 50 for Caitlin Ebbage. You know, Amelia came into this B final tonight with a season's best this morning, and great swim, great finish, and all the girls there.
Look at that. Caitlin Ebbage wins it 29-29. That's a great improvement from her heat time. Really haven't seen a three-way tie for third for a long, long time. We have seen it. Sort of the World Championships, I think it was. Was that silver? I think it might have been for silver. When the Singaporean superstar won gold and then all the big boys got the silver. It was amazing.
You see ties more likely in sprint events because they all come in together. In distance events, you rarely ever see a tie, don't you? Because they've got more time in the race to spread out.
A lot more exciting in the sprints, isn't it? Whoa, if looks could kill.
I was just about to say that.
Ouch. Hello. Well, this evening's got off to a spicy start. And Dan Jervis sitting next to me, Olympic finalist in the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Superstar he is, European junior champion in that, Commonwealth medalist. Here's the B final of the women's 200 breaststroke. Charlotte Bianchi of Sheffield is the fastest seed. Morgan Hughes in 1. Lanham of Bath in 2. Her teammate 3 is Sophie Moore of City of Cambridge. Charlotte Bianchi in 4 with Mia Hall in 5. Amy Crowley of Cardiff in 6. Holly Robinson of Mount Kelly in 7. And Hannah Bowley of Edinburgh University completes the lineup in this B final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. There's the fastest seed in lane number 4 from the City of Sheffield, Charlotte Bianchi. Different ways of starting there. Lane, interesting from the Cambridge swimmer, Sophie Moore, standing up until they take your marks. And she had a really great start there underwater. And she's come up equal first, and the rest of the field got some work to do to catch up. The light blue hat of the City of Cambridge in lane number 3, that's Sophie Moore. Also a good start in 5 is Mia Hall from Northumberland and Durham Performance.
Great swim from Sophie Moore. Great start, sorry, from Sophie Moore there. She came up at the 15-metre mark. She looked really strong. She had a good start to that first 25, but going into the second 25 of that first 50 is Mia Hall. She looked great there.
Well, 1/100th of a second splitting the first 2. Very close down this first 75 metres, just coming up to the 75-metre mark. That's those red lane lines. And this is going to be a really interesting B final of this women's 200 metres breaststroke.
Yeah, we're seeing here that Charlotte Bianchi really is taking charge of this race. She's coming into the end of the first 100 now. She's looking really strong. She's long under the water. Talk about long under the water. We're going to see a masterclass in this when we watch Angharad later.
So first the turn, there was 1/100th, split them at the 50. Certainly not at the 100. 1.29 seconds split them at the 100. So that second 50 from Charlotte Bianchi. She worked it hard. Now let's see what she's got. Looks like she's slightly increasing the rate of her stroke here, Dan. This is an interesting tactic. Yeah,
well, it just shows that she's really paced it well. You know, the third 50 in every 200 seems to be the most important 50 because that's the 50 that gives you the momentum so you can push into the fastest 50, the last, which is the most important 50.
Well, she's swimming well here, Charlotte Bianchi. Really is. Let's see what she got here on this turn. She was 1.2, was she ahead on that previous turn? Oh, now she's 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Has she gone too early? The rest of the field will start charging at her, but this is really good. She looks like she's swimming away, you know.
She does, and that was a very good turn from Charlotte. You know, she hit the wall, she was off it straight away. You kind of want to treat the wall as if it's like something boiling hot you don't want to touch for very long, because the quicker you're off it, the quicker you go under the water.
15 metres to go in this B final of the women's 200 metres breaststroke, and it's an impressive swim from the leader. Also very good from Mia Hall of Northumberland and Durham, but the City of Sheffield swimmer Charlotte Bianchi, a super swim from her. Really good. The time 2:30.80, a new season's best for her. Great swim from Charlotte Bianchi to win the B final. Second was Mia Hall of Northumberland and Durham Performance, and third Hannah Bowley of Edinburgh University. The way she swam it, gutsy, really attacked it. Great to see. Good smile on her face as well. That's lovely.
Yeah, she should be very proud of that. A season's best in April is what these swimmers come here for.
Well, it's certainly the time to do it, but not everyone can do it under the bright lights here at this London Aquatics Centre.
Yeah, that is true. You know, coming with doing this competition in this pool is such an iconic pool. You know, obviously we've had so many competitions here, major competitions here. First one being one of the most iconic Olympics ever, London 2012. And what comes with that is a little bit of pressure, is an aura. Now, some deal with that well, and some do find it quite pressurising, and some buckle under the pressure. But Charlotte definitely didn't buckle then.
Certainly didn't. She won the B final. Charlotte Bianchi from Sheffield, 2:30.8, 2.05 seconds ahead of Mia Hall of Northumberland and Durham Performance, and third, Hannah Bowley of Edinburgh University.
This is the men's 100 metres backstroke B final.
We're really rattling through these B finals, aren't we? 7 minutes into the session, we've already had women's 50 backstroke, and that's women's 200 breast. Now we've got the men's 100 metres backstroke B final. And there's some big guns in here as well. Love to see them go 54s if they can. Jack Knight of Cardiff in 1. In 2, it's Jordan McPhail of Edinburgh University. Sam Greenbank in 3. His brother's swimming later on this evening in the A final. Jamie Ferguson in 4 from University of Aberdeen Performance. 5 is Scott Gibson of Edinburgh University. And Stirling's Zach Speakman in 6. Andrew Brodie of Edinburgh University in 7. And Rhys Blackett of Newcastle Swim Team completes the lineup in lane 8. City of Sheffield swimmer in lane number 3. Third fastest seed, that's Sam Greenbank. In 4, the fastest seed is Jamie Ferguson and Scott Gibson from Edinburgh. Second fastest going into this final. 55.6 is the fastest time from the heats this morning. Fully expect that to be beaten here. The B final of the men's 100 metres backstroke, 15 metres allowed underwater, and we're sitting right at that level. Oh, I tell you what, lots of them right on that line. I think everyone was good, but it was very close indeed. A really good start in lane number 5 from Scott Gibson of Edinburgh University in the black hat in the centre.
Great start from all the boys there. Yeah, as you just said, Andy, they were right on the 15-metre mark there. And if you do go past it in backstroke, butterfly or freestyle, that is automatic disqualification.
So here we go, the turn, and they're only using about 12 metres off that turn, so maybe they had a quick look and decided not to go quite as far. Up there in 3 is Sam Greenbank going well. Had a really good turn, that third 25 excellent. Now can he hold on? The red hat of City of Sheffield leading from, in lane number 4, Jamie Ferguson of University of Aberdeen Performance. And these two out in the lead, 55.6 and 55.9, their qualification times. And the times 55.47, 55.55. Much better from them. Great stuff, great improvement. An improvement from the heat to the final, such an important thing to learn to do.
Yeah, definitely. And some of these boys do have international experience. I'm talking about Zach Speakman here. He competed for Wales in this event in the Commonwealth Games in 2022. So he knows what competing in a very pressurised environment is like. But that was a great swim. Jamie Ferguson came back like a rocket then.
Interestingly, tactically as well there from Sam Greenbank, Dan, because he hit the turn and he motored off that wall. That third 25, excellent.
Yeah, and in backstroke, even though you do have as much oxygen as you want, it is hard. Like, the lactic acid just builds out of nowhere, and it can feel as if you're dragging something very heavy on that last 25.
Well, certainly brought it back very well indeed. University of Aberdeen Performance. So the result of the B final, the men's 100 metres backstroke, Ferguson wins it 55.47. 8 100s behind him was Samuel Greenbank from the City of Sheffield. Two great swims there. Golly, there's no hanging around tonight, is there? This is amazing. Women's 50 metres freestyle B final now. And another swimmer who's got a sibling also swimming the this evening. Isabella Ocaro from Repton, her sister Eve is also swimming tonight. And Isabella, the fastest seed in this B final of the women's 50 metres freestyle. Junieli Mackenzie in lane number 1 and 2. It's Jemima Hall, 3, Sophia de Groot of Loughborough University, Isabella Ocaro in 4 of Repton, Kate Clifton of Sheffield in 5, Edinburgh's Katie Goodburn goes in 6, Amy Davis in 7, and Maisie Guildford of University of Bath in 8. Here we go, 50 metres freestyle. Well, the whole field between 25.85 and 26.25, so 0.4 of a second split all 8 swimmers. 5 100ths average between each one. Amazingly close.
Take your marks.
So the B final of the women's 50 metres freestyle, Ocaro in the centre. She spent the longest time underwater. Good start from her, and this is a good first 25 from her in the centre.
Good 25 from her. She's following very good ideas from her sister. Now, the reaction time off the block is essential in a 50 because every detail counts in this event. There's no time to fix mistakes.
Very close indeed. Big breath at about 35 metres. Head down inside the last 5. Who's going to get the touch? Is it 5, Clifton? It's very close. It is Clifton in 5, you know. Wow, that was close. 6 100ths of a second split Kate Clifton, and she's smiling. Well done. 25.69. Well, she's smiling because that's a new season's best and a new lifetime best from her. Well done, Kate Clifton, City of Sheffield. Great from her. Just getting touched out in second place. In the picture, Isabella Ocaro of Repton. Sophie de Groot was third, but so close. 6 100 split 1 and 2, 5 100 split 2 and 3, 7 100 split 3 and 4. Oh, well, she had her head up a little bit, didn't she, Isabella Ocaro, on that finish. She can probably just stick her head down a little bit and really attack it.
And confirmation of the women's 50 freestyle B final. Winning it was Kate Clifton, second Isabella Ocaro, and third Sophie de Groot from Loughborough Uni.
The time so close. 6 100ths, 5 100ths, 7 100ths. My word. Well, again joined by Paul Noble, the superstar Paralympian, been in the commentary box quite a few years now. Just a couple, 2 or 3?
Yeah, that's
something
right.
like that.
I'm getting used to it now.
You're very good at it, that's for certain.
Yeah, it's the B final. It's the multi-classification 50 freestyle. And again, there are a range of classifications in this one. There's Claire Connon. She's in the outside lane. And she's in the S4 classification. She has the lowest numerical class in this one. And remember, as we've been saying all week, S1 to 10, those are the physical impairment. S11 to 13 are those with the visual impairment. There's Ella Litton-Jones, who swims in the S12 class, remember, with partial vision. And there's Eliza Humphrey, one of the Humphreys twins, who swims in the S11 class. Now, the S11 swimmers have no vision at all, and they are wearing blacked-out goggles. So might be a little bit of a delay for the result at the end of this one, because the blacked-out goggles have to be checked at the end of the race to make sure they are actually blacked out. So that's Eliza Humphrey. She goes in lane 7. 2 in the middle. 2 other visually impaired swimmers. Ella Litton-Jones, Abby Kane and Rebecca Hardy-Bishop, the 3 in the centre lanes, all visually impaired. Nancy Job will be in the S6 classification, so right in the middle of the classification for physical impairments. She's sorting herself out on the block there, right at the top. There's Abby Kane, Scottish Commonwealth Games representative in Birmingham a couple of years back.
Take your marks.
This again, it's all about the points here to see who will win this B final. The times for the swimmers will be compared against a standard time for their classification, which is a world record time in most cases. And that will earn them a number of points, and the highest number of points will get the win in this one. So if you get the world record, it'll be 1,000 points, and it works back from there. So going well is Abby Kane, the S13 swimmer. Let's see what Abby can get. She's ahead of the others. It's very close contest for second. Abby just reaching that 638 points. We'll watch the swimmers in the outside lanes. That's where there may be the biggest points totals. Claire Connon, we're not going to get her there, but there we are, 706 points for Claire Connon. And, well, we quite often say it's not always the swimmer who touches the wall first who wins this one, and in this case it was the swimmer who came in last position in terms of time, but because she had the lower numerical classification, she earned the highest number of points. So 706 points for Claire Connon in the S4 classification, 41.46. It's very close in terms of points for the others. Looks like Megan Willis just ahead of Nancy Jubb by 1 point, 665 to 664. But it was the visually impaired swimmers who were out ahead of the field. Abby Kane, the S13. You just see Abby reaching for the wall. That's quite often the issue with the visually impaired swimmers. They can't see exactly where the wall is. They've got to count their strokes. And as we have said before, when you come to an arena like this, it's very easy to get that stroke count wrong, just to over-rev a couple of strokes that you might normally not take and just miss that finish. And I think that's what happened to Abby. But it is Claire Connon confirmed as the winner of that B final in terms of points. 706 points. Megan Willis 665 and Nancy Jubb 664. Close contest there for second and third place, but Claire Connon takes the B final.
This is the men's 100 meters freestyle B final.
Well, thank you, Paul. As ever, super impressive from those para athletes, and they've really broken the records here at this championships. European record, a couple of world records. Fantastic to follow. Excellent progress, continuing the progress that those para athletes set in Paris. Wonderful Paralympics that was for Great Britain. So here we go, it's the B final of the men's 100 metres freestyle. And Aidan Simmons-Brown of Plymouth in 1, and 2 it's Nick Finch of Chelsea. Westminster in 3, Dan Jones of Swansea University. Jordan Cooley of Leeds in 4, and 5 it's Maddox Roberts of Loughborough University. Angelo Gianni Contini of Loughborough in 6, and Evan Jones in 7. Men's 100 free. 49.15 made the big final. I'm sure these guys will be looking to try and go faster than that. Prove a point that they should have been in there. Quite a few of these guys capable of it, that's for certain. The B final of the men's 100 metres freestyle. Really good start in lane number 3. Dan, wow.
That was an excellent start from Dan Jones. I know Dan, I used to swim with him, and he really does work in his dive and the underwater work. That has given him a fantastic first 50. He's really powering down the lane. It'd be great to see how he goes into this wall to get maximum propulsion out of it into the second 50.
Well, really quick. Evan Jones actually first to turn in lane number 7. That's a bit of a shock. 23.5 to his feet. Well, this could be very, very quick. It's awfully close, you know. Very, very close indeed.
Yeah, they're all looking at each other. They're all eyeing up each other. They've got 25 metres left. They are coming in with the line. Coming back is Dan now in this last 15.
Well, closest to us, Evan Jones still going well. He was first to the 50, and he's going really well. Here is he going to get the touch? Straight arms at the end. Great discipline. 49.10. Well, that would have got him in the big final. That would have got him in lane 8. It's a very good swim from Evan Jones. Excellent. Really very good indeed. He looks just like his dad, doesn't he? Look at that. Evan Jones wins it. Second, Gianni Contini. And third, Jordan Cooley. But so close coming down that last 25.
So close. And where everyone back home, where me and Andy are sat, we're sat at about 16, 17 metres out from the end. And the order that the race finished in was not the order that we saw here. So that just shows how much can change in the last 15 metres.
I wonder if we'll see that. Oh, not quite see that burst to the surface there. That's the 25-metre mark. And still the lead for Dan Jones up there in 3 at that time. But look at this. Really good discipline inside that last 15 metres, and certainly the straight arm inside the last 5. Well, he had it won by then, didn't he? Evan Jones, super swim. 49.10 wins it. Excellent swim from Evan Jones. Angelo Gianni Contini second, and Jordan Cooley third. Well, that's the end of the B final session. The pre-game show will start in about 20 minutes, 6:45, and then the first of the big finals this evening at 7 o'clock. So join us again at 6:45 for that pre-game show. See you in a bit.